Just a quick question, Sergeant. Sorry to interrupt there, but isn't this Section 14 breaching the right of our protest?
No, you are allowed to facilitate.
And our freedom of speech, really.
And freedom of assembly, and we facilitate the peaceful protest. But because of all the complaints now that have come through from all the shops, from members of the public, serious disruption, that again has now made us do the same.
But I mean, isn't the abiding by the international law more important than actually just restricting Section 14 and a group of protesters?
No, because you could go anywhere else to do your protest. You know, and as we've just said, if you want to choose somewhere else and agree with us, we can all work together. And maybe, I don't know where you think would be a suitable place where you can peacefully protest and still give out your leaflets. You know, then, you know, we'd all be happy.
But that's the thing though, then there will be restrictions on that as well. It's like that protest on Saturday, we will have restrictions.
As long as it's not
and I think where we were going, I think it was Marks and Spencer's Tesco's or something like that, I can't remember exactly, but there were restrictions right there, you know, for us not to move any further. So, in a way, I know where you're coming from.
If we set something in place that you agreed with and we could agree with, where you could still have a lot of people passing to and fro, and you could give out your leaflets, display your banners.
See, I can't say anything on that because I'm not someone here to represent everyone. I mean, I'm just here to represent myself, really.
What would your opinion be?
Well, what would my opinion be is to actually lift this Section 14 on us, because, and I said this to Officer, what's he called again? Nickname Wigan, what's he called?
What height does this go to?
What height?
Are you
the height?
The height of if we had an aeroplane and we're flying over, is that? Are you claiming up to the sky or into space?
Wow.
So we'll come up with an aeroplane, then we'll discuss it.
What about a drone?
A drone, yeah.
Yeah.
You get a drone and then let's see.
I think it's two-dimensional. I think you need a three-dimensional
breakdown of
this, yeah. Maybe a scale model?
Even better.
We might not be able to get planes, but we could get stilts.
I'm going to make a start on the tape and we'll build it from there, yeah?
Okay.
Alright, guys.
And what is the reason for expanding to Section 14? That's my one last question. What is the reason for the expansion?
Because it's still continuing to cause serious disruption.
Alright,
cheers. Members of the community have complained. We've had shops complaining again at the noise here.
So if we get members of the
public have passed and said they felt intimidated as well.
So if we get members of the protesters, I mean members of campaigners, activists, unions, whoever, and we outnumber whoever's actually made complaints, are you telling me you're going to lift this Section 14? So what's happened to our voice of opinion? What's happened to actually valuing our opinion right there?
Well, it has been valued because you've been here for nearly 6 weeks. Just less than 6
Yeah, no,
weeks.
but that's the thing, we have the right to protest here because Kadem is obviously not abiding by international law, because it is like, look, yeah, if I steal a bike off this fella here, yeah, I start selling it to that guy over there, are you telling me he's not breaking the law and I'm not breaking the law?
It comes under the Theft Act.
That's come under the Theft Act. So why isn't Kadem coming under the Theft Act? Because it's under international law, like I said to you. Those minerals that they gain is from West Bank illegal settlements, which is under international law. So obviously that is breaking international. That's a breach of international law, selling products which is from illegal lands. So rightfully, so technically, we have the right to protest here against that.
You do have the right to protest, and you've also demonstrated that. You have done it.
But they're not abiding by it. This is what I'm saying. But if they're not abiding by it, what do we do there?
Serious disruption to the rest of the shops who've lost a fortune because passers-by are not coming up here. People may be in jeopardy of losing their jobs because they're not hitting targets. So how does that make you feel?
But look,
now
yeah, but what about those? What about those that are actually having to suffer in the West Bank area?
But what about the people here in this? West Bank area.
See, look, this is the thing though. This is the thing though. I mean, we get people complaining about massive immigration of Eastern Europeans and stuff. Look, I'm not bothered, yeah. If they want to come in here, they have the right to be here. They have the right to be here. But if they're complaining about stuff like that, but then I don't see why they're complaining, because. Really?
When does the Section 14 expire?
There's no expiry date on it.
But we were told...
There's no time on it, as into, like, the year 12's finish at 3. There's no time limit on it that way.
Yep.
There's numbers on it, as you know, 10 people in the designated area. And also, we've got the map in front of you outlining the area.
And this is forever? This is
Just to clarify that, as with all police powers, it will be reviewed on an ongoing basis. So there is a self commander, there is a dole commander. They will review what's happened today. They will review the Section 14 conditions, and you will be kept informed of what happened.
excellent.
That's why we have police liaison officers.
So why don't these commanders actually come down here and actually speak to us and let us express our views? Why they, no offence, but why they got you lot scurrying around like bods?
Because it's a recognised part of the control structure.
Very quickly
But they should be coming down here themselves. They're getting paid enough to come down here themselves.
Unfortunately, the command and control structure doesn't work that way.
Well,
In order for
we
them
don't
to-
work that way
in
either.
order for them to function effectively, you can communicate through ourselves, through the PLTs. They will.
Who's the
feedback.
PLTs?
With the blue bibs on.
That's the thing though, like I said to you yesterday, officer, I was attacked by a member of the opposition and the police officer never did anything. So how do I have the confidence to actually come up to a police officer and trust the police officer? That's the point that you need to be making. And I've got video footage and it is going under investigation, which I'm quite happy about. But I mean, in the meantime, like you said, this could be going on for years or decades or whatever. But I might not get anywhere with this investigation, but that still has left a permanent scar on myself of not being able to trust a police officer. So why is no one sorting that out?
It's vitally important that criminal acts are reported to the police so it can be investigated properly. So if that has happened to you, then I would advocate strongly that you report it through the recognised channels.
But that's the thing, though.
I have Manchester Police to investigate it.
But that's the thing, though. Like, if I'm quite honest with you, I don't really trust the Greater Manchester Police. I mean, Bolton. I'm from obviously Bolton area, yeah. I prefer going to the Bolton Police, even though Bolton comes at the Greater Manchester.
Yes.
Why do the Bolton Police have to liaise with the Greater Manchester Police?
Well,
why can't the Bolton finger do it themselves? Why can't they do it themselves?
Bolton Police is part of Greater Manchester Police. In actual fact, we've got some officers from Bolton here today. So all I can hope is that if you're going to come back to us again, you improve your view of GMP.
That's the thing as well, isn't it? Like, this chief constable, whatever he's called, Peter Fay, yeah, Fahy, whatever his name is. He's getting, someone's actually whistleblown against him about corruption, alleges of actually covering up complaints and stuff. So how can we know that our complaints are going to get far? That's the thing, though. That's what I'm saying. So technically, I don't think he has a right to even actually imply Section 14 in this area until he has actually been cleared of these allegations and corruption.
That is, you're entitled to your view. Yeah.
No, but it's like, I am entitled to my own view, but it's true though, isn't it?
But as
a police officer, you're here to actually be protecting people and fighting crime. Now, corruption and all that is fighting crime, so technically he shouldn't be able to act as a chief constable.
But as with
he's committed an act of crime there.
You don't talk over me. As with any member of our society, he is subject to investigation just as any other individual would be. And therefore it will be looked into, investigated, and if there are allegations that need answering, then it will be dealt with appropriately.
But that's the thing though, like in the other services, like the NHS and stuff like that, he doesn't work that way.
No, but you're talking about criminal investigation.
But
It'll be subject to the same tests.
Right, okay, I'll give you an example, yeah? I'm working for Midas Jewelers, whatever you say it. I'm undergoing county court judgments, yeah? Someone's got county court judgments against me. How can we stop filming, sorry?
It's run out of time.
It's run out of film.
Yeah, it's always running out of tape, isn't it? Right, sorry, can I speak to you again?
Are you coming back again?
Yes, I'm going to be practising my right to protest, yeah?
Wonderful.
Right, so like I was saying, going back to my point again, if I'm working for Midas Jewelers now, yeah, I've got county court judgments against me, and now I've been applying for jobs as well. Now that's what they always ask you: have you got any county court judgments against you? If I've got county court judgments against me, they're not obviously going to give me a job. They're going to suspend me or whatever. So why doesn't this work in the same way in the police force? Because quite frankly, I think it should.
You haven't already got a job there.
No, if I have, see, I'm working for McDonald's. If I've got a county court judgment against me, if I've got a criminal, if I'm being accused of breaking the law, then obviously they'll do something about it.
But a county court judgment would infer that the individual was guilty of something, wouldn't it?
But it's still a serious allegation. It's still a serious. So you're telling me
we can take this further, you and I.
Yeah,
I can see I'm going to enjoy working with you.
No, officer, look.
Yeah, go on.
But what? Say Chief Constable Peter Fahy, yeah, gets he's not cleared of charges, and he's actually proven guilty for corruption. You know, clean up allegations, sexual offenders, misconduct, and all that stuff. Yeah. Then what? Well, you're telling me the Section 14 will be uplifted?
in relation to this
Yeah,
section?
because it was. As far as I know, it was Constable Peter Fire here that was actually put this section on us. So will you tell me that will be lifted?
I would imagine it would be. I'd have to take legal advice on that, but I would imagine that it would be. But that would be a long way off, and I hope this can be resolved.
So that's what I'm saying, isn't it? It's going to be a long way off. Like, that's given us a long way off of actually being able to practice our rights of.
Let's understand. The Section 14 is reviewed on an ongoing basis, hour by hour.
How often?
Hour by hour. It's constantly.
So why aren't these officers that actually reviewing this Section 14? Why aren't the officers here then? Why aren't the officers here then to review it?
To allow them to do it objectively, at distance. That's the beauty of the system. That's why it works well.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of the system, but we're not being protected.
Beautiful system.
Okay, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure.
See you later.
Bye. Take care.
You didn't get to use the megaphone.